Hi friends, it's Mel. I'm excited to share with you a traveller's notebook that I've made using the new collection by Rosie Studio called ForgetMeNot. And this is a beautiful collection full of pinks and blues and greens and lots of lovely florals and beautiful icons that I think you're going to really love. Okay, so to make the notebook, I purchased a tutorial by Shara Crane, and she was making a mini traveller's notebook. So I didn't follow her directions much at all, actually, but I did take a lot of inspiration from how she made her notebook and put it together. So just on the front here, holding it together, I've got some of this sari silk ribbon. And the size of my notebook is just a standard traveller's notebook size. And then, so on the cover here, you can see some of the papers, and I've cut the strips and given them a border just using a Spellbinders postage edge kind of die. And one of the things that I really love about Shara's notebooks is that she fills them with lots of stitched elements. So on the front here, I've taken a little bow. This was just a paper die cut, and then I've just used a back stitch on that to give it texture, and then decorated it with different die cuts. Lots of the elements in the Rosie's collection have the beautiful gold foiling. You can see on this paper here, which has these little tiny hearts on a grid, but one of the hearts in each group of 3 has got gold foil on it. And then I've just added these as just some puffy sticker words. So there's a whole set of those in the collection, and then also a chipboard element there. And then I've stitched on this trim, these fuzzy little elements here, which are quite cool. It's quite textural. Again, that's something that was inspired by that tutorial. And then it's all stitched, and then to make the cover a little bit give it a bit more strength, I actually created this front page on just some lightweight cardstock, and then with how you construct the notebook, you have an inner page and then your back page, and so because I've got the cardstock in there, that's actually 3 layers, so that should make it a little bit more durable. So on the inside here, I've just left this page blank. This was just one of my favorite papers, so I really wanted it to shine. And that's a beautiful floral. And then in the collection, there's lots of die cuts of different florals that you'll see throughout as well. So here I've just taken more of the cardstock elements. So these ones the banners here I've just machine stitched around them. And then same here, just done a little bit of machine stitching. On the florals here, I've just embellished the little centres of these forget-me-nots with French knots. And then just added a little puffy sticker there. And then here, this beautiful gold foiled heart paper had just some random coloured filled hearts printed on it. And then I took from the cardstock stickers these lovely wooden hearts and just filled them in. And then they're perfect size. Just added a word from the cardstock embellishments, and then these little hearts are the only things I've added in from a different manufacturer, Cocoa Vanilla Studio, but they're these little puffy hearts, and then I've just stitched that on just with machine stitching. And then this floral paper is another one that I just wanted to highlight. It's just so beautiful with all these little different forget-me-nots, little tiny daffodils, I presume, and then little pink flowers as well. So I don't know if you can see there, but I've added French knots to most of the bigger florals. Those ones are a little bit too tiny. And then one of the tips that Shara gives in her class is to just be mindful of how close to the edge you're doing the French knots for when you put it together. Here I've made a vellum pocket, and one of the elements of the collection is a couple of sheets of clear stickers. So these are some of the clear stickers, so I think they work really well on vellum. And then this is a pocket, so I've just created a little card that pops out here, and then embellished just the top there with chipboard and a little puffy sticker. Put that back in there. I'll do that later. Okay, so here is it's kind of like a tile mosaic print with these kind of daisies in them. So I just stitched a few of those to kind of flow up the page, and then added another one of those clear stickers here, and then sandwiched some of this cool pink pom-pom between these next pages. And then this page I've just added some this is a chain stitch, I think. No, it was a stem stitch of these swirls, and then added some of the I think they're acetate butterflies that come in the collection. They're so beautiful with all the printing on the wings, and then the back wing is just plain, so that it helps to highlight the pattern that's printed on the front there. Here I've made an envelope, and then on the front of that I've embellished with a frame, which was a cardstock ephemera item, and then just actually made it into a shaker pocket. I can get those little guys to move. So one of the things with shaker pockets is that if you don't want them to be too thick, which is your aim in these kind of notebooks, it makes it a little bit hard for them to shake, but I think that's enough movement that you get the idea. And then just embellished with another one of the floral die cut ephemera, and then again added in the tiny little French knots to give more texture. It feels so cool. And then just a little chipboard element there, and then the envelope opens, and I've lined that with another one of the papers, and that's actually where my binding is, in the middle. And then this, you can just tuck something in here, and I've just added a little Velcro dot to help keep it closed. And then just made an embellishment cluster here with more die cut ephemera, little puffy sticker. This one ephemera is from the pack. So Rosie's have two different packs of ephemera. One is more sort of icons, and then the other one is lots of phrases and words. So that's what that's from. They just added a little bit of machine stitching around that again, just to add more texture. This big heart is one of the ephemera again, which I have just done a chain stitch around the outside of that. So I actually just attached it to this piece of card that was going to be the pocket and stitched that before I stitched the pocket down. Added some more of the florals, stitched them, French knots, and then just some basic stitching on the printed leaves. Chipboard, little bear, he's super cute. And then just made a tag to go inside. And then just covered the back as well. And then added some more of that sari silk ribbon. And then this is just a tartan kind of print, which I then have stitched with the coordinating colours and stitched another one of those little puffy hearts. This one I've used lots of the frames that came in the chipboard elements, and then add embellishments, so, and then just some little hearts, and then this die cut butterfly. I've added lots of French knots to make the body, and then just some back stitch for the little feelers there. And again some more and different pom-poms. This page is inspired completely by one of the ones in Shara's notebook, and she had a paper that had bows on it, so she had stitched on all these sequins onto her bows. So what I did was cut bows using a Rosie's mini die and just adhered them on, so this gives you a good overview of lots of the patterns in the collection. And then the die itself has little the creases are like emboss into the die cut, so I used them as my guide to stitch and stitch to give that kind of effect, more 3D effect of the bow, and then stitched the sequins on as she had done in her tutorial. And this side I've made just a pocket, which just opens on the side there, more like a file folder pocket. Decorated here with more floral ephemera, added more French knots and stitching on the printed parts of the, giving as a guide to where to stitch, and then a little puffy sticker, and then made a tag here. And then I've used one of these little clothing kind of safety pins to just add a little bit of some of the ephemera on the top there, tag and a banner, little word, and then on the back added just this beautiful girl with the florals. Okay, and then the last page here, I've just done a couple of layers to make a big banner, and then I have added some eyelets here to string some more of that sari silk ribbon in, so that's sewn between the pages because you're adhering, you're putting, this is the base page, but then you're sewing on, actually this is the base page, the pink, and then I sewed on this page so that there's 2 layers there, and then just added another one of the floral ephemera, but that is only adhered on this side, so you can tuck something under there if you want. And then that beautiful floral for the inside cover of the back there. And then the back, I've just used more of the papers, again using that same Spellbinders die to cut the edge, stitch that And then just for my binding, I've just done a pamphlet stitch there. So that's my traveller's notebook using the new Rosie Studio ForgetMeNot collection. I hope you like it. If you've got any questions, please just leave me a comment below, and thanks for watching.